G'day there, welcome to Bowls 360. So today we'll look at our first division review of round 9. Our first half of the season is done and dusted. Let's have a look at the results for all of the 4 first division sides and we'll see how the second half looks. Firstly, the Premier League. On Friday night there was our final catch-up game for the round. It was Cambridge versus Doubleview. Cambridge saluting their 86 to 55, 31 shot winner, 7-1 to Cambridge. Consigning W to a bit of strife there. They probably were hoping to win that, but they didn't. On to Saturday's games. Bassenine did the job against Sorrento by 14 shots, 7-1. Leeming had their win at home, 6-2 over Coburn. South Perth big 8-0 winners over Osborne Park, which shot them to the top of the table, as we'll see in a minute. A good win there to South Perth. I don't know what's happening at Aussie Park, but I think that's their 3rd duck egg now that they've had for the year, which is quite incredible for a side that was on top for the first 4 games. To have 3 duck eggs is quite amazing. Doubleview and Manning fought out a 4-all draw, 73 shots each, and amazingly Mount Lawley and Cambridge also had a 4-all draw, 79 shots each. Someone did ask me how often that happens. Well, 4-alls hardly ever happen. And for 2 of them to happen in the same division on the same day is quite incredible. I don't think my records will show that that's ever happened before in any division of the first division, so quite amazing. Let's look at the ladder. South Perth, as mentioned, shoot to the top of the table. They moved up over Mount Lawley after their draw. Bassenine move up to 3rd, up 3 spots, but it is quite tight. My margins are a bit wrong there, so let's quickly fix that up while we're here. There we go. Bassenine on 44.5 points, up 3 spots to 3rd. Manning, Cambridge and Osborne Park all moved down a spot, with Bassenine leapfrogging them, but only 6 points separating 3rd and the 6th place Sorrento there, so a real bottleneck for that position. Sorrento in 7th on 31, Doubleview 8th on 22. Leeming move up a spot with their win on 20 points there, and Coburn bring up the rear at the moment on 18. So as we've now reached the halfway mark, let's have a look at the skippers. The top 5 skippers in each first division. Graham Wishart is leading the way there for the Premier League. Just turning back the clock is Rooster. 8 wins, 1 loss, plus 33. Blake Nan is also having a very good season, 7-2, plus 85. He's really dominating people when he wins. Ross Breslin, Ben Leggett and Mark Abenell all also on 7 wins, 2 losses. Their shots in order, as we can see there. In white, the results there from the round. Manning, a 9-shot winner, 6-2 over Cardinia. A good comeback win for them after last week's loss. North Perth, 83-71, a good 7-1 win over Safety Bay. Kalamunda travelling to Vic Park and handing out a bit of a hiding there. 84-51, 33-shot winners to Kalamunda. North Beach travelling to Mosman Park and getting the job done there. They rarely win away from home, North Beach, but that's 2 or 3. I think they've won away now, so they're really solidifying their spot at the top of the table. Them winning 6-2 by 8 shots, and Osborne Park at home winning by 3 shots over Joondalup, 6-2. Turning to the ladder, North Beach sitting there on top, and they've got a game in hand. We won't know the result of that until the 11th of January. They play Safety Bay, and I think it is at North Beach. So they've got a very comfortable 4.5 shot lead out in front. Kalamunda move up to 2nd spot with their win on 47. Safety Bay drop back into 3rd. North Perth swap with Cardinia, and Manning swap places with Mosman Park. The top 7... well, at least from 3rd to 7th is quite close. Aussie Park a bit of a gap there to 8th, Joondalup 9th, and Vic Park, who say they look resigned to blue next season, in 10th. The skipper's doing well in white. Mark Duthie leading the way at North Beach, 7 wins, 1 loss, plus 47. Anthony Kay, 7 wins, 2 losses, plus 42 at North Perth. Dwayne Wolterton also 7-2. He had a good season last year too, from memory, in Blue South, so he's backed that up this year with 7 wins, 2 losses for Kalamunda. Jimmy Buchanan crossing back to Joondalup, having a good year, 6-2, and Todd Hampshire, there's a name to look out for from North Perth, He goes very, very well, does Todd. 6 wins, 3 losses, plus 57. Blue North now. Ellenbrook travelling to Cambridge and winning by 7 shots there, 7-1. Cambridge having a bit of a tough year of it, so it's a good win for Ellenbrook. Morley also travelling and getting the job done by 7 shots over Sorrento, 6-2. Quins Rocks at home against Mount Lawley, a good win there for Quins, 7 points to 1 by 10. Wanneroo at Hall, also at home, winning 7-1 over Bassendean, a huge win there. It was double figures on 3 of the ring set of Wanneroo, good win there for them. And Yanchep 98 to Warwick 74, 24 shot winners, 6.5 to 1.5. The ladder sees Warwick still on top despite that loss. Wanneroo and Yanchep move up some spots in the 2nd and 3rd. Mount Lawley drop back into 4th spot after their loss. In 5th is Quins Rocks. 6th is Bassendean. There is 8.5 points between 1st and 6th. And if you want to throw in Sorrento, there's only 11.5 points between 1st and 7th. So really, really tight division there in Blue North. Really interesting. Ellenbrook with their win move up over Morley, and Cambridge bring up the rear, like Vic Park in one white. They look destined for demotion this year. The skippers in Blue North, Sean Wright, my old leader in Wanneroo, 8 wins, 1 loss. He's having a really good year at Warwick. Daniel Hartzer at Yanchep, 7 wins, 2 losses. Also Butch Dennison at Bassendean. Shane Smith, who had a good year last year. Shane at Quins Rocks, all with 7 wins, 2 losses. And Enda Manelli, 6 wins, a loss and a draw at Mount Lawley in 5th spot. And finally we go to Blue South. Let's look at the results firstly. Coburn 8-0, solid 45 shot win over Willerton. Rockingham back on the winners' stalls, 7.5 to 1/2 over Gosnells. Cardinia at home beating Dalkeith by 35 shots, 7 points to 1. Rossmine, a few big winning margins here in Blue South this round, 102-57. That's also 45 shots, 8-0 over a South Perth. They haven't Rossmine to turn their season around. I think they've won 3 of the last 4, so they've had a really good second half of their first half of the year, if that's how you say that. And Armidale getting the job done, 18 shots, 6-2, travelling down to Safety Bay. They maintain their spot on top of the table, 8 wins, 1 loss, 6.5 clear of second. They look destined for promotion. Cardinia, 7 wins, 2 losses. Rockingham move up into the 3rd spot in place of South Perth. Safety Bay maintain 5th. Rossmine move up into 6th with their pretty good run at the moment. Coburn lift themselves off the bottom with that win on 30 points. Willerton 8th. Dalkeith and Gosnells 9th and 10th, all both on 23 shots. But it is quite tight, so it's hard to know who's still. I mean, there's only 12 points between 5th, and there's 6 teams there from 5th to 10th. So you get a good run of wins like Rossmine is showing that's happening at the moment, and you can move up the table fairly quickly. So an interesting division there in Blue South. The skippers, our state skipper Kevin McKay, as expected, probably 7 wins, 1 loss, plus 74 for Armidale. Brad Cole making the move to Rockingham this year, 6 wins, 2 losses and a draw, plus 35. Stuart Gostray, Darren Rodekis, 6 wins, 3 losses. And Aaron Gale at Cardinia, 6 wins and 2 losses, plus 27. And that brings us to a close for our first division wrap for this Monday after round 9. So the second half of the year, we get one more game before Christmas, then we have a bit of a break. Not many games in the next 5 or 6 weeks or so, but then we bring it home towards our March finals. So interesting amongst all the divisions. Anything can happen really. So until next week, we'll see you all then. Bye for now.